I am on my phone, so please be patient with me if I'm doing some longer pauses, but I'm going to hand it off to Jessica to get us started, and then we'll go through our list of providers. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Good afternoon, everybody. So as Monica was saying, the sun seems to be coming out. I do want to preface that by saying we are certainly not done yet. Although the storm has passed our area, we have what's known as a king tide today. And so that king tide is actually going to coincide with our high tides. So all that to say is our flooding has the potential to continue to increase all the way up into about 4 p.m. this afternoon. So we know we're seeing significant flooding around our barrier islands. We're seeing significant flooding kind of on the east side of the county, the Shore Acres, St. Pete area. That's going to continue, and especially our bay side is going to rise a little bit more for sure and continue through 4 p.m. So we are certainly not out of the woods yet. You guys can see the bridge closures, the road closures, etc. All of our shelters are still open. If folks want to leave, of course they can. What we're seeing is folks are leaving thinking the sun is out, let me go back home, and they're not able to access their homes or their businesses because roads are shut down still. So all that to say is continue to be vigilant. I know some of you have tried to go out and assess your facilities, and you're unable to get to them at that point too. So we'll keep continuing touching base and getting that information. One of the things, and I've talked to a couple of you and we'll talk about on the call, is to start to think of what barriers will be in getting you and your businesses or groups back up and operational. What barriers will you have to getting your clients back in-house? So I just want to make sure we're talking about that on today's call. And then if you have any specific questions for me.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm
sorry, I forgot one important thing. We are seeing water rescues too. I just wanted to add that. So our fire departments have been very busy getting folks out of dwellings that have been engulfed with water. We've even had a couple of fires where we've had to rescue some families and bring them into shelter. So we're working on what step down would look like. Again, that wouldn't be for most of you, but I just kind of want to put that out there also as we're starting to consolidate school shelters. We're kind of looking at what are those next steps. So know that that's in place too, and that information will be announced as it can be. All right, sorry, Dominique.
Thank you. And will you just send me a message when those are live? When the real press release and whatnot. Okay. Greetings, everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and start at the top. I do not have access to my full spreadsheet, so please help me fill in the gaps if I'm forgetting a shelter or trying to get, as we're trying to get everything reopened. So I'm going to start off with Pinellas CoC. Joe, thanks for joining us. I know you were already out there this morning. We're able to give some updates directly to EOC as well. So what else can we help you with? How are things going?
Well, I'm the only one here. So it's going okay. We're getting ready. I have my staff on standby. All the tents are down. It's going to be wet when everybody returns, but we're ready for it. We're going to start putting up some tents and letting them dry out pretty soon. No one's going to be sleeping in a tent tonight, I don't think. They're all going to be sleeping on the deck. I'm going to get some MREs from you guys, and that'll help with the meals for today and probably tomorrow. So that's really good. We're just, we're doing what we do. And it's a little bit messy, but it's okay. There's not any real damage here. And yeah.
Great.
Living the dream.
I'm glad to hear that. Electricity and water, it sounds like too, correct?
Yeah, we're all good with electricity and water, yes.
Okay, great. I know water was an issue last time, but thank you.
Hey, Dominique.
Yes.
I just wanted to put a plug out. Just this is a good example. So Joe and I connected earlier today. So we had the conversation about what the needs would be if shelters close and we want his guests to return. And so he had indicated it was meals and potentially volunteers to help reset up the tents so they could dry out for possibly tomorrow. So we were able to put that request through logistics and have that need met or in the process of being met. So if you encounter those issues, if you can can let us know, and we can try to work to make sure that there's resolution. So I think we've requested 500 MREs to be delivered to Pinellas Hope so that they have meals ongoing as needed while they're waiting for the volunteers to come in. So I just want to make sure you all see that it's working, and if you need things, please reach out to us at the EOC.
Okay. Great. Thank you. There was a message in the chat, but it went away because I'm, on my phone. So if you would just unmute yourself and ask.
Hey, Dominique, while we're talking about Pinellas Hope real quick too, Joe, I have a group of volunteers that works through our group here at the EOC that's willing to come out and help you on site with your tents and stuff. So if you want to connect afterwards, I can get you their leaders' contact information, but they're ready to roll. So you can coordinate logistics with them.
Okay, I appreciate all the offers to volunteer. I'm just hesitant to have a whole bunch of people up here and it's hard to organize everything. Putting the tents back up is kind of tricky without ripping them. So I have to have only a certain amount of people, show them how to do it and then go down the road. So I don't want 20 people showing up, but I appreciate the offers. I will reach out if I'm short and I need something. I'll put a shout out to you guys. So thank you for the offer. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you. Was it Victoria? Thank you.
Yeah, this is a question really for all the shelters. I'm just wondering, and I want to make sure that I get it written down on our end. Are you, when you do reopen, are you reopening to new clients or just clients who were there on Monday?
Yeah.
That's for
Yeah, we'll collect that when we go down the line. So Pinellas Hope will probably be maybe next Tuesday, depending on how everything dries out over the weekend.
Yeah, we should be ready. Tuesday we'll take some more people in. That's our regular intake day. That will definitely have people coming in then.
Great, thank you. I'm going to move on to Salvation Army. Holly's on the line. Thank you for joining us. It looks like I know you've had a full season. So what's going on over there at Salvation Army?
So we are not able to get to our building yet. All of 4th Street was flooded the last time we tried to get there. I've been monitoring the map and it's no longer red as of about 5 minutes ago. So that's possible that maybe it's cleared up, but we do know that there's still storm surge coming. So we're just going to monitor, when we may be able to get in there to check how everything is and assess the building. But as of now, we cannot get to it. So we cannot, plan to accept our clients back as of now. And for your question, Victoria, no, we do not have the capacity to accept any new clients. It'll just be the ones that, had already been in the program.
Okay, great. Thank you for that update, Holly. I hope as things get safe, you guys are able to make the call when to go back in and check on things. And I hope it's good inside. So hope the water was able to stay away from there. Safe Harbor. Is Hillman on the line? Okay, I will follow up with him. I don't know what the flooding looks like in his area because they are a low-lying B area. And I will get messaging out through the HLA on if they're accepting people. They were accepting people through the storm as those who were homeless, not those who are seeking hurricane shelters. So I will follow up on that and send that to Victoria to distribute out. What the answer is either way. So please don't tell people that it's open, especially with the flooding. I will send the messaging out on that. Okay. Let's do St. Vincent de Paul. Anyone on from St. Vincent de Paul?
Hey Dominique, it's Daisy. I was just texting Jana to see if she can get on. I'm not 100% sure if they're accepting any new clients into the shelter. I believe they are. I'm just gonna double check with her. They do have power. They didn't lose power at all, so that's a good thing, and they are functioning. We do have staff there.
Great. Glad to hear it. Thank you so much. ATP.
Hi, we did fairly well. We've got some properties who have higher water than usual that back up against Stevenson Creek. So we're just kind of keeping an eye on that for the next high tide. But we've got staff on site. Nothing is actually flooded, knock on wood. And I imagine that we'll be able to resume intakes as well.
And the ones over by the creek, those are more permanent, I think, correct?
Those are all, it's all permanent, yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ashley. Let's see, West Care.
Hi, this is Steve from West Care. I'm going to defer to Jack. Jack, do you want to just report out for Turning Point?
Yes, currently Turning Point, we have developed a dining room or leak in our dining room roof. Once we get that assessed, we'll determine if we'll open up to new clients again. So we kept the people who were there in-house. Once we determine the extent of the damage, we'll probably open up. I'm expecting to hear an answer by Friday.
Okay, so did you evacuate Turning Point?
We did not. Everybody's sheltered in place.
Okay, and are you needing food resources?
No, that was planned ahead, so we're good with that. Good with food, good with water, no medical issues, just the usual roof issues.
Okay, and one last question. Katrina said you guys were still collecting water. Did you get the amount of water you needed?
Yes, we did. We had a shipment come in yesterday morning at one of our other facilities, so if needed, we can hand it out.
Perfect. Thank you, Jack.
Welcome.
I'm missing a shelter. Who am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Family Promise, Dominique.
Family Promise. Thank you. That's what I said. I don't have a spreadsheet.
We are still waiting to hear back from our congregation partners and our volunteer network to determine if they are able to accept our clients back.
Okay, and it's just the 2 families. I'm there. Did they end up going to Johns Hopkins?
Yes, they did.
Okay. Okay, we'll keep a tab on that. Is anyone here from my sister's place? Okay, I'll follow up with them. I think they were sending up to 5 to Gibbs, and are in a low-lying area, so it might be flooding. And I'm going to ask other providers if you would just speak up and let me know if there were any concerns. I don't know if Perk is on the line with the Continental, any wind damage or anything like that. Okay. Alpha House. Jen. All right, I'll follow up with them as well. And anyone else on the line?
Oli?
Bolly's good. We're fully operational. No damage. Have full power, and we can take people as well starting tomorrow.
Great. So Morningside is good. You didn't have any flooding.
Nope. We assessed the property about
Great.
10 a.m. and full power, no flooding, no trees down. So they're actually on their way back.
Great. Thank you so much for that update, Kevin. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Is there anybody from Brookwood on the call? Or Family Resources?
Okay.
Dominique, it's Helen. I just was going to say, I'm fairly certain that my sister's place, there's flooding down there with some friends. Yeah. So I'm sure that they probably don't even know what's going on back there yet.
Okay. And I have, I think it's Juanita's number, so I'll call her for those ladies. Thank you.
Carly tried reaching out to Safe Harbor, but hasn't heard from them yet.
Yeah, I'll call Hillman directly. I know Haish is actually out, so I think they were just a little bit shorthanded. Let's see. I think that would be it. If anyone has any general comments, statements. I think we just, if, you know, as we continue to assess this and see what it looks like, make sure you're safe through the afternoon. I know there's some cabin fever, people want to get out and get going, but this 4 p.m., you know, is really kind of seeing what it looks like after that point. Yvonne over at the VA, I see your hand raised.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick update. Bay Pines is flooded, but they are trying to get the ED open by tomorrow morning. We did evacuate everyone from our residential programs and the facility, but they plan to get everyone back between today and tomorrow. Worst case scenario by Friday morning.
Okay. Okay.
So
All right.
Dominique.
Yes.
My apologies. So just for clarity, the emergency shelters will be open through this evening then?
I'm going to defer to EOC on that. Jessica or Karen?
Yeah, so no determination has been made on closing yet. Obviously, we anticipate the high tides to continue through this afternoon, so we won't even really be able to make an assessment until roads are passable. So at this time, they still remain open. No changes yet. We'll keep you posted if that does change or adjust.
Arrow has her hand up.
So I was just wondering, for messaging out to the shelters for people that, from your shelters that evacuated, are the PSK buses free for them to get back, or what methods can they use to get back to the shelters that they were at before?
Yeah. So buses will be running, will also be free. Buses are not up and running yet because we still are, again, have a bunch of roads underwater. So as soon as that's announcements made, we'll let everyone know too.
And when buses become free or safe to travel, typically Uber also opens up their free credit to return from a shelter. And anyone that was brought from a shelter, so Pinellas CoC, Salvation Army, there will be transportation arranged to bring them back, both from medical and general shelter. So I actually, as far as Largo High, I actually left from Largo this morning, and they are aware of that coordination to get, once Pinellas CoC is online, to return that back, as well as the Gibbs team for Salvation Army. We'll see how that looks and when we can do that. Oh, Victoria just put in the chat that Uber is offering round trips already. I'd only seen it as one way earlier, so thank you.
Very welcome.
All right. Oh, Arrow, is your hand still raised from earlier?
Nope, sorry.
Okay, I didn't want to skip you. All right, well, thank you so much. Good news. My power lines were touching the ground. They're no longer touching, so woohoo. So the house is good. So we move forward, and thanks, you guys. Have a good day.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.